Give me 1 second here. Just want to make sure everything is set up right. Okay, this looks much better. So you wouldn't know this because, I'm kind of doing this video as an unlisted live. Now, it's really weird. I don't know what's up with YouTube, but some crazy things are happening, and I just had something happen I've never seen before. So, if you have watched any, well, first off, let me introduce myself and say hello. This is Carla, and I am at the Blue City Stampin' Studio. So, welcome everybody for joining me. Ahead of time, I do want to apologize. I'm hoping that you're not going to hear this in this video. I do have both my washer and my dryer going, and it's a few feet away from this room, but I do kind of have this door closed, so I'm hoping that you're not going to hear, the sound of that. So I'm basically multitasking. So back to what I was saying. So a lot of times, something like my paper pumpkins, every month when I get them in the mail, I will do an unboxing, and then I typically create one of each of the projects that are inside. Lately, any of my pre-recorded videos, before, I would film them, I would pause, restart it. Some things that, if I wanted to speed it up, I can speed up certain parts of my video and do all that editing and everything, and then just put it all together and then upload it to YouTube and schedule. And of course, I'd have opening and closing credits and all that. Well, I have found that when I've gone to do that, it's very, very time consuming to get a video done. So I have found that if I record my pre-records, if I do them as an unlisted live, then all I have to do is go back and add all of my descriptive information and the title and add the pretty thumbnail and all that. And it's so much quicker and easier for me to get my videos done. Well, for this particular one, just a moment ago, I went and did an unlisted live, and it was really weird because when I do videos like this, like a lot of other demonstrators, we want our screen to be in the horizontal orientation. And I have done that, and it was just really crazy because then when I actually went kind of live, my it elongated my box, so it was like kind of out like this, and it just did not look right, and I don't know how it happened. But yeah, I stopped that video and I deleted it, so you're never going to know, you're never going to see that. But yeah, that's just something that's really weird that I've never seen it do before. So I'm looking at my laptop screen right over here. Everything's looking good. So I am going to get started. So again, welcome everybody. This is Carla. Thank you for joining me here in the studio. Uh, I received my paper pumpkin kit just this past Friday, and this is Sunday evening in which I am recording this. So typically on my paper pumpkin kits, I create one of each project that's in the kit, but with the nature of this particular kit, I'm actually going to create all 8 projects that are in here since each one is just a little bit different, and it looks like it's going to go pretty quick. So I'm going to do all 8. So before I open up this box and we dig into it, there's just a couple of housekeeping things that I do want to bring to your attention. So these are things that I have mentioned in some of my past videos. One of them being my Friday Night Live that I did this past Friday. Links for these things are going to be in the description. So right now, Stampin' Up! Has a 30% off sale on all products that are labeled as close to my heart. There's a lot of things in there that they're going to go away, but then there's also things in there that are going to carry on. I'll have a link that will take you directly to that page that has all of the products. There is no end date to this sale. So if you're a scrapbooker, you're a fan of the close to my heart stuff, I'm not 100% sure what's still out there, but if you're a fan of the products, go check it out. And again, I don't know when the sale is going to be over. Also, as demonstrators, we have been able to see the PDF version of the new January to April mini catalog, along with the January to February Sale-A-Bration brochures. If you are not working with another demonstrator and you would like a copy of the catalog, my email is in the description. Please reach out to me and let me know. What I may do is help you and walk you through in creating a profile in on my the online store or on my website, just so your info is in there, and then when we hit the end of the month, I can actually have Stampin' Up! Mail the catalog directly to you. There is a cost savings when it's done this way. If it's after November 30th, and again, if you're not working with another demonstrator, and I only say that because there is a cost in purchasing the catalogs and also mailing them out as well. So if you're working with another demonstrator, reach out to them and ask them if they could send you one. Otherwise, and also you have to be in the US if you want to get the catalog from me. Uh, if it's after November 30th, that's when our mailing selector closes. I can still send the catalog or any of our catalogs. So these mini catalogs, our current annual catalog, I'll be more than happy to send it to you. Just send me an email and let me know. So that's with our catalogs. And then with the regarding Paper Pumpkin, so this is the new kit that the subscription period opened up on November 11th. It'll go through December 10th. In this kit, you have some scalloped card bases, you have some sparkly gems, and then there looks like some vellum leaf pieces. I don't have the rest of the info like what pertains to this kit, but this kit, you if you're interested in it, the subscription period is going to end December 10th. Another thing that's still available this year with Stampin' Up! Did something a little bit different with Paper Pumpkin. They are offering coordinating add-on dies with each of the quarters kits. So like January, February, and March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and then October, November, December has a set of 3 dies. Now these dies, they coordinate with that particular kit. Now you don't need these dies to complete any of those projects. These are just something extra if you would like to create some alternative projects, using maybe the contents that are in the kit. So for October, November, and December, it is the Merry Tags and More dies. The item number for this is 165639, and here in the US they are $12. Now, other coordinating dies I believe are still available. If you go to the online store under kits, under Paper Pumpkin, and then under refills, kits and add-ons, I believe is what the title of it is. You will see these dies, and you will see the other ones out there. Just as an FYI, you do need to be subscribed to Paper Pumpkin in order to purchase these. If you have any questions at all, again, my email address is in the description of the video. Please reach out to me and ask me whatever you would like to regarding, of course, paper pumpkin or Stampin' Up. Also, let me see if there's anything else that I just need to bring to your attention. Um, I don't think there is. So, with that, let's now take all of these notes and let's kind of put them aside. And let's go ahead, open up our box. You know what? One moment. Let me just step away for 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I'm tripping over things. Okay, so here is our November paper pumpkin kit. This one's called Filled with Joy. It is in a special decorated box. Now in this one, it's not cards that it creates. I did kind of open this up, haven't put anything together, so let me just kind of bring it out and show you what's in it. Kind of pull out the instructions, and I'll take this and move it out of the way. So, Filled with Joy, you get these fabric stockings. You get a total of 8 of them, and then you create these little tags. Now, hold on a second, I'm kind of missing something here. I'm missing all these little tidbits. Oh, I'm sorry if I hit my camera. For some reason, I'm feeling like I'm just a little like out of it here, and I shouldn't be. But okay. So in this kit, you have these 8 fabric stockings, and then you create these little tags to put on them. So these are perfect just to put maybe like little treats, maybe like some candy canes. I mean, they look like they're a nice size that you can fit some stuff in there. Let's see. So your instructions are going to have all the details on what stamp that you'll use, where you're going to stamp it, etc., etc. And then they also give you the artwork for the stamp set, so you can see what all the stamps are that are in it and what they say. What's nice about the paper these stamp sets is that they're exclusive to these paper pumpkin kits. So even though you're done with the kit, these are great. You can use them for any of your future projects. So they do give you this printout, so you could actually fold it like this, and you can store it like in an acetate pouch or something, however you want to store your stamp sets. But they're really nice because you can use them later on, long after your project is done. So let me set that aside. Also in these directions here, it also gives you a ruler. So if you had any ribbon or twine, you have the ruler to measure it. Really the only thing that you need for these kits would be, say, a pair of scissors, which I have right here. And then, well, if we had a card that, maybe a bone folder to fold it. If there's embellishments, and I'm looking at this, I don't see any embellishments. A take your pick tool is always a great tool to use to pick up your embellishments off of that acetate sheet. But other than that, everything else that you need for this, uh, you could use adhesive. However, usually in the kits you do get some dimensionals if there's anything that's going to be popped up, and then they do give you some glue dots as well. That's what these are right here. So with this one, like I said, there's a total of 8 stockings, and if you look at the tags, every one of them looks a little bit different. So I decided, okay, let's go ahead and create all 8 of them. Now again, like I was mentioning, we have the looks like pool party, and I think this may be pretty in pink tags that we'll stamp on. There's two sheets of that. Then we have the sheet of the punch out of these ornaments. You have the gold foiling elements to this, and it looks like that, you know, from the pictures with the stamp set, you're doing a little bit of the stamping on the non-foiled areas of the sheet. Uh, Also, with this kit, there is always at least one ink spot. Sometimes the kit may have two. This particular kit is using Poppy Parade. Now, the one thing I will mention about the paper pumpkin kits, when it comes to the ink spot, they typically don't repeat the ink spot colors in a year, you know, throughout the year. So like all of 2024, the ink spot's been a different color. So for this one, again, it's Poppy Parade, but instead of opening this up, I'm going to set that aside. And when I stepped away a moment ago, it was to go and get my full-size Poppy Parade ink pad. Now, the other thing I want to mention about the paper pumpkin kits, if you are a first-time subscriber, you will receive in your kit an acetate block like so, or acrylic block, excuse me, not acetate. And you keep this block. Now, when it comes to the stamps that you get in these kits, all of them are always going to be able to fit on this block. So you don't have to worry about getting a bigger block or a smaller block. The one block will take care of it all. One of the things that I am going to do, I typically like to use my full size block. It's a little bit easier because it's a little bit thicker than this one. But again, if paper pumpkin is one of those types of kits where it's all inclusive. So with those few items that I mentioned just a moment ago, everything you have is right here. So what's nice about this, if you are a beginner stamper or maybe card maker, all your stuff is here and you can just stamp and assemble. You know, if you are a seasoned stamper, what's nice about these is that because all the guesswork in putting things together are already here, it's great for taking your crafting on the go. So with that, let me go ahead. I'm going to pull this out. Now, let me see here. They have on here, let me kind of get this. So on one page, they're going to kind of show you what components that you need to create each one of them. So they have 4 different diagrams here, 2 each in each of those. So when we do this, one of the things that's easiest on this is to kind of prep ahead of time. So kind of put everything together and then you can just pull it in and do whatever stamping and all of that, and it just makes it go a little bit quicker. So let me see how this package opens up. Okay, there we go. And again, I have my washer and my dryer running at the moment. I do have the door closed, but I don't know if you can actually hear that in the background. If you do, I apologize. Kind of multitasking and getting things done. So each one of these is going to have 2 stockings. So let me kind of put those aside. Now I'm kind of off to the side here, and I'm kind of out of the camera view. So I'm just going to set everything together. So on each of these, there's going to be 1 pink and 1 blue tag on these. Usually I do 1 of each of the projects in the kit, but because these all are looking just a little bit different, I'm going to do, and they're not cards, I'm going to do all 8 of these. Okay. So the next kit, that one that I showed you a moment ago, once we hit, let's see, December 11th, we will then get a sneak peek on what the next 3 months, so January, February, and March's kit are going to be, all what they're all going to be about. Also, well, I'm not 100% sure if Stampin' Up! Is gonna offer the add-on dies again. I guess we'll find out when the time comes if they are going to do that. Those dies, I was pleasantly surprised in the very beginning. I thought the size of them were really small, but they are a decent size. I do have the dies. I should show you what they look like. But let me punch these all out first. We'll try and keep this video at a decent amount of time and get it done before the battery on the phone dies too. Okay, and then we got the little tops to all our ornaments. Then we got the little hangers. I'll poke those out as we get to them. And again, these are really cute. I mean, they can be a gift tag, you know, on a package, or this would be really cute too if you're hosting, like, say, a Christmas dinner or something, and you can put some little sweets and treats and stuff inside of these, and you can use these as like a little placeholder for everybody at the table. Or they're perfect, you know, if you want to create these and just do a little random act of kindness and hand them out. It looks like a really, really cute kit. All right, so 2 of these is going to have, let's see. All right, so you have an extra die cut of that ornament. So we have that. We have 2 of the tops. And then, let's see. And then there's like these little, looks like little pin clips. So each one of these will have 2. Okay, so we got 2 for each of our stockings. Okay, and it looks like they do give you an extra one just in case. All right, and then let's see. So then you got your stamped images. Let's go ahead and do this one and pull all that stuff out. Okay, and I got the 2 pins there. And then we have these 2 ornaments. And that one goes there. And then these 2 go with that one. And then let's add our ornament toppers. And with these, you get an extra one as well. Okay, so I'm going to kind of put these all in order. So we got 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So kind of stack this. And we'll put these over here. And there's no wording in here as like instructions to tell you what to put where. They do have this all diagrammed showing you some of the stamps, you know, where you're stamping them on the cardstock. So let me kind of fold this. I'm going to put this over here. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. And I'll kind of move my lights over so that way hopefully you can see everything really clearly. All right, so for my first one, we are using the stamp that says Holly Jolly for one of them. And then the other one says Filled with Joy. There's that one. That one's right here. And then there are a cluster of stars. Okay, so that's on that. The other stamp that they're using for decorating the ornaments, there's one that has like these little squiggly loops and one that has a row of these stars. Okay, and I think that's all we have right there. Okay, so because there's so many stamps that are being used for these, I'm going to bring in some of my other blocks here, and I'm going to put them on there like so. And then these, let's see, will they fit on here? Yeah. Okay, so with photopolymers, so you get a nice clean stamped image. There's two things that you can try. So I'm bringing in my Stampin' Scrub. You want to clean the stamps first. I have some of my Stampin' Mist here, so let me go and wet this one side of my Stampin' Scrub. Okay. Where did I put the cap? There it is. All right, so I'm going to clean these stamps. So in the process of creating the photopolymer stamps, there is a film that is on the stamps. So when you use them for the first time, you want to clean the stamps to remove that film. And I apologize if the phone or the camera is shaking. I do have it attached to a holder that is then clamped to the table that I'm working on. Okay, so we've cleaned those. Now another tip about using photopolymer, since these are different than our red rubber stamps, the red rubber has a foam cushion on them, so you have a bit of that cushioning. Since photopolymers do not have that, you can use a Stampin' Pierce mat or some kind of foam, and you just stamp on here and it'll give you a little bit of that cushion, and it should help you, especially with your solid stamped images. It'll give you a much better stamped image. Okay, I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper, and I'm gonna like practice stamp on this before I actually stamp it on that ornament. Okay, so on the tag, let me bring in my ink. So we're gonna stamp the greetings Holly Jolly and the other Filled with Joy on the bottom of those tags. So let me bring those in. And let's see, Holly Jolly was one of them. That's on the pool party tag. Let's ink that up, and then let's just try it out. Okay, that's stamped really good. Let me see, maybe I can bring this down just a little bit, so a little bit closer. All right, so the Holly Jolly goes on our pool party. And then the Filled with Joy this goes on the bottom. It looks like, I think this is Pretty in Pink. It does tell you on this chart on the back of it, it does show you a picture of all the bits and pieces that are in the kit. And then it'll let you know how many projects it makes. And then it'll let you know the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. So in this one, oh, I stand corrected. This is not Pretty in Pink. This is Flirty Flamingo. You have Pool Party. Our ink is Poppy Parade, along with the red stitching that's on these stockings. That's Pool Party colored. No, Poppy Parade colored. I'm sorry. There's too many P's in these words. So Poppy Parade. There's also Shaded Spruce. That's our Christmas green. So that's in some of these ornaments. And then there's Very Vanilla. And then of course there's some gold foiling in there as well. Okay, so let's put this back over here. All right, the other thing we need to stamp are our stars. So let's see how these go. And again, you have the instructions here that, show you where to stamp the stuff, but be creative if you want to. I mean, they only have the set of stars stamped once on here, but if you want to stamp more, feel free to add more if you'd like. So on our Pool Party, they just have it stamped once up here. And then on the Flirty Flamingo, they have it stamped actually twice, like so. Okay, and okay, we're going to set that aside. We still have some more stamping to do. So on these ornaments, now I'm going to bring in this scrap paper because I think when you stamp these designs on here, they are going to go off the edge of these ornaments. Okay, so the one with the little stars. Okay, ink that up. And we'll try this out. Okay, that's a really cute row of like really, really tiny stars. So you have a row up on the top here. And let's see, yeah, so hold on a second. Okay, don't want to mess up here. And then there's a row of them down here, like so. So we added some stamped design on there, and then we're going to get our squiggly little loopy loops here, if that's what you want to call it. And then we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to stamp a row of them up here, and then another row of them right down here. Okay, so I think, okay, so that's all the stamping that we have to do for this one. Okay, then on the little toppers here, I'm going to remove these little pieces here in the hangers. Okay, and then I mentioned that in the kit they do give you glue dots. So these are the larger ones. They give you 10 in this. So you only need one for each of them. And this is where your Take Your Pick tool will come in handy. So we just add one to the middle here. And we remove that paper backing. And then we add it to the top. You hope you can see that. And we add it to the top of our ornament like so. Okay. And then let me get the other one. And we'll grab another. remove that paper backing. Okay. And we'll add that to the top. And one of the things that I should be doing before I go any further, let me close this ink pad, especially when it's red. We don't want ink all over everything. All right, so then on these ornaments, we're using dimensionals on the back of this, and they show you the design, what is that, a hexagon? The white hexagons, that signifies the dimensionals. And then when you see these little dark circles like so, that signifies the blue dots. So on this, we're going to add 4 of them on here. So we have one down here on either side. And then there's one up near the top here. Like so, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to cover just a little bit at that seam. You can see that seam right there. So that's something a little extra to hold that gold foil piece on top of that ornament. Okay, let's do the same thing for this one. Okay, put that one there. And then this one will go right up here like so. All right, let's move these out of the way, and then let's bring in our 2 stocking. Well, actually, we got to attach this to our tags first. Okay, so the way they have these, they have that opening that's in the ornament hanger right here, that's going right over the hole that is here on the tags. Okay, so the one with the loopy loops that we stamped, that's going to go on the Flirty Flamingo tag. And again, you don't have to do it exactly how they show it in the instructions. You can live dangerously, and you can take your little loopy ones and you can put it on your pool party one if you want. Okay, and then we're just going to line this up to where, like so. So that way you still have that opened up right there. Okay, so there's that first one. And then let's grab our second one. Okay, and again, this one too, we're going to line that up like so. Okay, so now let's bring in our stockings. Now when you get them, they are folded flat like this. So you want to take the cuffs of these and you want to fold them over, and you'll see where the stripes kind of end. So that's where you want to have your fold. So bring it down just a little bit more like so. And again, this is really cute if you wanted to put, say, a couple of candy canes in there, and if you wanted to use these as like a place marker or something at the table for somebody, you can put the silverware in there as well. So really multi-uses on what you can do with this. All right, so these little pins here, so you have this bigger, nice, I got ink on my finger. So you have this open end. It's almost like a safety pin, like a fancy safety pin, like so. And then we're going to put this through that hole there from the tag. And then we're just going to then clip it. Now when you do this, you're going through both the layers, if you can see that right there. You want to be careful, don't poke your finger. And then we just close it up, like so. Little fussy because these things are small. Okay, so we've done that. And then we can, let's see, how do they have it? Okay, they have the part that you closed up at the top, like so. So there you go, and you just push it down a little bit, and there you go. So there's that first one. I'll set that aside over here. Let's bring in another stocking. Fold this. These are super cute. Now, usually Stampin' Up! App, I think it's about, do I want to say it's about a week or so after they ship out these paper pumpkin kits. What's really surprising is that I had gotten it as early as I did. So the last day to do any changes, if you're already a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, if this was a kit that you know you really didn't want, it's not something that was up your alley, you can pause your subscription for that month. It will pick up the following month. You can also increase the quantity of kits that you're going to receive. If you see this and you're like, I really, really like that, I want to get a few more kits, you can do that. Or if you realize that, okay, Paper Pumpkin is just not my thing, you can also cancel as well. But what they also do, so on the 10th, that's like the last day to do any of these changes. And I'm going to try doing this, and hopefully I do not poke my finger because these pins, they are pretty sharp. And yeah, that would not be good on a video. We just want the poppy parading. We don't need the blood from my finger. Okay, so there is the second one. All right, I'm going to set that aside, and let's bring in our instructions again. So number 2, on this one, let me actually clean these stamps. We're going to be using, let's see, so our greeting ones, let's clean those. We don't need those anymore. Well, at least not yet anyway. Okay, we're going to be using these stars again. This little row of stars. And the little squigglies, we're going to be using those too. And I know we're using them again, and yet I'm cleaning the stamp, but that's okay. All right, so in addition, there is this, I guess, do you want to call that a star? We want the one that says from Santa. And then there's one in here that has a script, Merry Christmas. There's another, this is like a slashed and dotted line. Here, we're going to use that as well. So we're really getting a lot of use of all the stamps that are in this particular set. So I'm actually going to take 2, let me get a bigger block and do this. And so this way when I go to ink it, I'm not inking up both of them at the same time. All right, and then I'm going to take this other stamp, if I can get it to stay straight. And okay, so we got that on there. And then this little star here, I got another little tiny block right there. All right, so let's clean these new stamps here so we can get a good stamped image with these. And again, I apologize with the camera shaking. Okay. All right, so let's just make sure these are dry. Okay, so then on this one, let's bring in our little tags and our ornaments. And then let's bring in our Stampin' Pierce mat and our scrap paper here. All right, I am going to, let's see, we got our tags. So on our pool party tag, we want From Santa. So I'm going to ink up just the From Santa, like so. I'm not getting any ink on that one. And I'm going to stamp this right here at the bottom of the tag. Okay, and then on our Flirty Flamingo, I'm going to ink up the Merry Christmas. And I'm going to stamp, actually, you know what I need to do? Okay, hold on a second. When I go to do this, well, here, let me do this. Let me put this under here so I'm not getting any of my pool party ink from the From Santa stamp that's on here. I'm not getting it on my Pierce mat. Okay, so we have that. And then on our pool party one here, the little, like this starburst, if you want to call it that, we're going to stamp this 4 times. So we got one up here, and here, and then we have one here, and right up here. Okay, so that tag is done. Then on our Flirty Flamingo, we're going to bring in that cluster of stars again. And we are going to stamp this right here. And then we're going to stamp it again right down here, like so. Okay, so we'll take those tags, we'll set those aside. For this one, we have these ornaments right here. We want to take, let's see, our little slashed and dotted line here. We'll ink that up. And on one of the ornaments, let's see, we're stamping it up on the top here. And we're also going to stamp the top of the other one as well. And my stamp is kind of shifting here. Okay, that'll be okay. All right, and then on the bottom parts here, we got one that has this little row of these little stars. They fit in right here. And then those little loopies that we had before, we're going to stamp that right in here, like so. Okay, now if you get any ink on that foil, what's going to happen? It's not going to stick to that. So we're just going to turn it over and we're going to rub it a little bit to get if there's any ink on there, so that way it doesn't smear and it gets on our fingers, and you know, then you know we're preventing it from getting all over our fabric stockings too. So let me close that up and I'll move that out of the way. And then we're going to do the same thing with these ornament toppers. We're going to remove these little centers here. You want to be careful that you don't tear the tops of them. Let's get our glue dots again. And let's add 2 of them right to the center. And my glue dots, they're kind of shifting around. This one kind of folded in half. It started to come off of the paper backing. So we're going to do the same thing when we stick this on the top. We're going to put dimensional right over that part there where it joins up with the ornament. Okay, so then on these are going to go in here like so. Okay, we'll flip that over. Do the same thing with this one. And hopefully I'm not completely covering up what I'm doing and you can see what it is that I'm doing here. Alright, so then on the backs of these, we're going to add 4 dimensionals on each one of these as well. Actually, I don't have a way of covering the 2 of them. The seams like I did on the other one of the ornament and the topper. Okay. And what I was mentioning before, I don't even know if I finished what I was talking about, but typically, like I was mentioning about the kits, the last day to subscribe and make any changes to your subscription is always the 10th of each month, for that particular kit. On the 11th, you are then charged for the kit, and typically, because it's Mail Innovations, what happens, it's shipped through UPS for here in the US, and paper pumpkins are only available in North America, so for both the US and for Canada. And typically it'll go from like here in the US, it'll go UPS, and then the post office will be making the final delivery. So a lot of times it may take quite a few days. It could take like about a week for me to get it. And it was crazy. It shipped, let's see, the 11th was on Monday. I'm thinking, did it actually ship on Monday or on Tuesday? Because Monday here was a holiday. And let me see, let me just make sure that I'm putting the right one there. Okay, so the one with the stars on the bottom here, that's going on the Flirty Flamingo one. So I'm going to line that up and put that like so. And then this one will go here. But I was kind of surprised though that I ended up getting this kit on Friday. So finally I gotten it pretty early, so that's kind of cool. And like I said, usually when I get the kits, I may do the video like say that night, or I may do the video the next day. But since I got it Friday, I go live on Friday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I create 3 projects, and I use the current product that we have in any of our current catalogs or what's in the online exclusives. I started in November featuring Christmas stuff now. So this past Friday, what did I do this past Friday? What did I use this past Friday? Oh, I did Sentimental Christmas. This is the suite that has a 12 by 12 pack of DSP that has some very vintage looking Christmas images in it and colors. And that DSP is actually their product give back. They do this every, was it in our holiday mini? So for this, the pack of paper, for every pack that of paper that is sold, $3 of that goes to, I believe this year, it goes towards literacy. And so it's definitely pretty paper to get more than one pack of. And then this past weekend, so like on Saturday, a friend of mine, also a team member, it was, well, technically it's her birthday today. Today is Sunday that I'm filming this. And we did something really special for her birthday. We did, there's that stocking right there. We did a tea. And it turns out that this place is located literally right around the corner from the house that I used to live in up until the end of 2021. So I was able to go visit my old neighborhood. But it was really nice. I mean, I never seen so many varieties of different teas. And then we had really cute little finger sandwiches and little like croissant sandwiches with like say chicken salad. And we had blueberry scones, and there were a couple of other little treat things. But I tell you what, a lot of different teas. But it was really cute and very quaint, and it was decorated appropriately. So we did that Saturday, and then today there's our other one. And then today I was working on Christmas ornament projects that are going to be little gifts that I will be bringing to church. Our women at our church are having a women's Christmas dinner or Christmas banquet. And let's see, let me make sure that I am doing the right ones. Okay, so number 3, okay, are these. And let's see, so we're going to be using, so let me kind of clean these stamps again, because some of them have a little bit of extra ink on them, so let's remove that extra ink. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm using, typically I would stamp something and create like an ornament using uh, like a religious stamp set that we would have in our holiday mini catalog. But the one that we have, the image is just a little too large for what I would like to do. And so I am creating, I bought these 1 1/4 inch gold jingle bells and some like plastic evergreen, greenery or whatever, kind of cut that up. I have little red berries, little tiny pine cones, and some pretty ribbon. And so I started assembling those. I got 14 done. I don't know offhand right at the top of my, uh, what 14 from 100 is, because I am doing 100. I never want to fall short, so I always end up making a whole lot more than what I really need, but that's okay. Whatever's left over, I give them as gifts to other people. So never want to fall short, so that's why I always make extra. Okay, so on this, let me open up my ink. I'm going to do the ornaments first. So one of them is going to have the row of these little stars. And so that's going to go right here. And then the other row is going to go on that very vanilla down here. Okay. And then the other one is going to be this little squiggly stamp. And that's going to go across here. And this one will go right here. Okay, so I'll put those aside. And of course I got ink on the corners of the blocks. So let's move those out of the way so they don't touch anything. Alright, so let me put these aside for a moment. Let me bring in the two tags. So then on, let's see, on the pool party we have sending lots of cheer. The other one we're using to and from and that larger star. And actually I'm looking at this, the only stamp that's in this set that they're not using on anything are these little ornaments. Let me see if I can, let me bring this in so you can see what they look like. So this is the only stamp that they're not using on this project. But something like that, and stamp, you can stamp that on the tag if you wanted to. If you wanted to do some different things. All right, so let me put this on my block, and then the to and from. Let's see, I think I'll use this block that came with my paper pumpkin kit because I kind of started running out of smaller blocks. All right, so let me go and clean these really quick. It's just kind of bothering me a little bit that when you got ink on the corner of the blocks, I just don't want ink getting all over everything. All right, oh, I need to clean these first because I've never used these yet. And again, there's a lot of greetings and different elements that are in the stamp set that'll be perfect for any of your holiday crafting. Okay, so on my pool party, I want sending lots of cheer. That would be stamped near the bottom here. Okay, and then on, let's see, where is it? On my Flirty Flamingo, I want the to and from. And that will go right down here. All right, kind of move that out of the way. And then these sparkle stars, these are on our pool party. All right. And then, so now it's quiet. My washer and dryer have just stopped. And that thing will still keep chiming until I open up the door of that dryer. Okay, so some of these larger sparkles here. I'm going to stamp 3 of them on here, like so. All right. And that's all the stamping on that one. So let me close this up. Let me put these aside, move this out of the way. And let me come in here and I'm going to quickly clean these stamps. Well, let's see, what else did we use? I think that's all we used. Okay. So again, the little inserts here on the hangers of our ornament toppers. Let's remove those. Okay. And then we get our glue dots. Turn these over. And I take your pick tool. I'll add that right there in the middle. Okay. And then we'll remove these. So Okay, so let's bring in our ornaments. And then these will go right here on top, like so. Okay, and where's our other one? Put that right on top of that one. Okay, and then let's get our dimensionals. Now the dimensionals that you get in the paper pumpkin kits, they are a little bit thicker than the ones that you can order from our annual catalog. That's just a little tidbit of information. Okay, and then let's add two more on the sides here. This is definitely a really cute kit. Like I was mentioning, I'm pretty sure that they would be available. I believe it's typically maybe about a week or two after the kits have shipped, that they do offer refills to the kit. Now, in the refills, um, you'll end up with more of the stockings, like another set of 8 stockings. You will also get more of these pins, these die cut pieces, for your tags. And the only thing you will not get in the refill kits is another stamp set and the ink spot. Sometimes they'll offer the full kits where just like this kit right here, where you will get the stamp set and the ink, but I think they only offer that if there's actually leftover kits from subscribers. But that's not the case all the time. So, okay, and then let's fold over our next one. Okay, fold that over. Fold it over just a little bit more. Okay. And then let's see. So for our pink tag, we want the one that's got the little squigglies on it. Let's remove these. Okay, and again, we're lining up the opening of that ornament hanger right over that hole there at the top of our tag. Okay, and then let's do it for this one. Okay, and then let's get our little pins. And loop that through. And weave that through. Okay, so there is our pool party one. There's that one right there. When I'm done at the end, I will bring in all of the completed stockings. All right, and then we got our other one here. Okay, and then clip that closed. These really are super cute, I will say that. Okay, so there's our other one. And then now let's work on our last two. So I have my little clips here, and I'm going to pull out these little inserts here in my ornament hangers. We'll get that done and over with. Okay, I'll set those aside. All right, so for these two, let's bring in our Stampin' Pierce mat, and let's bring in our tags. Okay, so on this one, we're doing the same as the last one. We are going to do sending lots of cheer. So let me bring in my ink. Okay. Ink that up. And we'll stamp that right down here. What's nice about photopolymers that you can see through them, so you can see exactly where you're stamping. For our Flirty Flamingo, we're going to use the stamp we used for like our first one that says Filled with Joy. Okay, and with photopolymers, when you go to stamp them, you want to hold the stamp to the paper for just a little bit so that ink transfers onto your cardstock. And then for this, those sparkle stars, we're going to be using that for both of our tags. So just like the first one that we completed, we're stamping up at the top there and down here. And then do the same thing on this Flirty Flamingo one. Like so. Okay, so now since I'm done with those, okay, I'm not using them anymore. I'm going to set these all aside out of the way. I will clean them when we are completely done with the video. Okay, so then this one, we're actually using all three of these border type of stamps here. Okay, so on one of them, this slash and dotted line, let me get these out of the way, we're done with those. Okay, so on one ornament, I'm doing the slashed and dotted line up at the top here. And it's wiggling because this is a very thin, narrow piece of photopolymer, so it's kind of rocking a little bit, and that's why it's doing that. Okay, and then on the squiggly one, ink that up, and we're going to do this bottom part of the Berry Vanilla, like so. And then on the other one, let's move that aside. We're going to use that squiggly, but this time we're going to have the loops facing down rather than up like we did on the other one. So we'll stamp that there. And then the little row of stars here, we'll stamp that up at the top. Okay, so that's all stamped and all our stamping's done. So let's close up our ink. We don't need that anymore, and move that stamp out of the way. We can move that out of the way. All right, so we want our glue dots. And put that on the back of our little taggy things here, our ornament hangers. Sometimes words escape me, and sometimes I may just make up a name for them. But since you can see it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I do want to make mention while I am doing this, and I'm going to assemble it. if you are local to me here in Memphis, Tennessee, once a month I do an in-person class. This month I will be featuring the Reindeer Days suite of product that is in our holiday mini catalog. I had done a Friday night live with that. I believe it was the first Friday in November. So if you are local to me and you would like to attend my in-person class, the projects that we will be creating are different than the ones I did on my video. If you would like to attend my classes at the moment, they are free. Um, the only thing that you would need to bring, other than yourself, if you have like an essentials crafting kit that would contain like some various types of adhesive or and like a pair of scissors, a bone folder, possibly like a take your pick tool, a ruler. Uh, if you don't have any of that, um, it depends on like how many people I have here. If it's not too many, I do have some extra that people can use. Um, but if you do have it, it's appreciated if you bring it. If you don't have one and you would like to invest in one, I do offer them for $50. I'll show you here in a moment what you get in them. Um, but if you are interested in coming to class, it will be next Saturday, November 23rd at 11 a.m. We gather here at my studio. Again, like I said, I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee. And we go until like about 3 o'clock whenever, we are done. And yeah, so we'll create 3 projects, different projects. Again, like I said, from when I did my Friday Night Live. And yeah, my email is in the description. Just simply send me an email. Let me know. I would need to know is Thursday the 21st. So that way I have enough project kits put together. So on this one, what am I doing? The one with the dash marks are going to be on my Flirty Flamingo. Yeah, just let me know if you would like to attend. The classes, like I said, at the moment, they are free. When there's a much bigger turnout for these classes, at that point, I may charge like a small type fee. And really, that money that just basically covers replenishing supplies like cardstock and adhesive and things like that. I don't, yeah, I'm going to show you what comes in that crafting essentials kit soon as I put these together. You do get quite a few items in there. Let's see if I can name it off, off the top of my head. You do get a 6-inch plastic ruler. You get an adhesive eraser. Let's see what else is there. You know what? I'm not even going to try to remember. I'm just going to show you as soon as I put these stockings together. Don't want to get sidetracked and get all squirrely and I forget what I'm doing because that could happen. It's kind of like how I roll. Always making it interesting. Okay. We'll just fold that over like so. Okay, so let's get our little pins. And we'll stick that through there like so. And then into our stocking. Okay, let's get this through. Kind of get it straight. And again, I'm trying to do this without stabbing myself because the point of that pin, ooh, it is sharp. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, so there is that one. And then we got one more. Okay. And then okay. And then let's see. And there we go. There's the other one. So let me kind of make some room here. And let me bring in all 8 of the stockings. See if I can get this all into the screen here. I know I'm going to be cutting. I got to cut some of it off because not going to get everything. I mean, I can always move this up just a little bit so that way I can get more of it in the screen. Okay, and then let's bring these in like so. And then we got our last one right here. Okay, let me move these down just a little bit so they're more centered in the screen. So there is the Filled with Joy November 2024 paper pumpkin kit. As you can see, it creates 8 of these really cute fabric stockings with tags and some some stamping on the tags and on the ornaments. These things, again, they're perfect if you want to put these as place settings at your table, and you can put little treats and candy canes in here. You can also put the silverware in here as well. Um, you can also put these together with some treats and things like that, and you can use these as little acts of little random acts of kindness. Like if you go to the store or to the bank or whatever, you can give this to somebody to just let them know that you appreciate all that they're doing. So they're really, really cute. Um, Now, I don't know if with this kit, if like within a week or so, if they will have them available as a full kit. I don't know that ahead of time. As far as refills go, I'm also not 100% sure about those as well. Typically, about a week's time, if they do offer them, it would be in the online store under kits, paper pumpkin, and refills, kits, and add-ons, I think is what the section that these are in. You do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to get like and purchase like any of the full kits or the refills or even the add-ons like I mentioned are those sets of dies. Let me see. Here is the set of dies that do coordinate with the October, November, and December 2024 kits. Let me show you what they look like. So again, I print these out, and I also print the title on there as well. But here are the dies. So you have a label, you got what looks like a fern leaf, and then you have that script Mary as well. So you can see they're not really tiny, which I was pleasantly surprised when I first saw it. So again, there in the description, there is a link that'll take you to where these are located. Those will also be in where the refills are as well in the online store. And again, you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to purchase those. And Paper Pumpkin is only available in both the United States and Canada. Unfortunately, it's not something at the moment that's available in Europe or South Pacific. So There's our projects. If you like the projects that I did in this video, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. It not only helps me in growing this channel and getting my videos out there to more people, but it also helps me in building my Stampin' Up! Business as well. Let's see. I was going to show you one of my kits. So they all come in these mesh bags, and I have a little thank card in there, all decorated really, really pretty. So it lets you know everything that's in the kit. So you get this 9.5 by 7 waterproof mesh bag. There's a pair of paper snips, a bone folder, a 6-inch plastic ruler, adhesive remover, a package of the regular sized Stampin' Dimensionals. You get a Stampin' Seal, a bottle of multi-purpose glue, and a box of glue dots. And then in addition, when you purchase this as a little gift from me, you will get this really pretty uh, butterfly scissor fob, and then also an empty fine tip glue bottle. What's nice about these, you can take the green glue, which is the Tombow multi-purpose glue that is in here. So this glue right here, you can put it in this bottle and you have that fine tip. The thing is with that glue, it's got a latex in it, so a little bit goes a very long way. You don't need a lot of glue. So yeah, all this stuff comes in this little kit. These kits are available for $50. Um, and I'll have these available when I do my in-person class. Now, if you're watching this and you're here in the US and you would like to purchase one of these, I could ship it to you as well, though it'll cost just a little bit more, with the shipping. But yeah, I would ship it at the cheapest rate I can get, and typically I find that through Pirate Ship. That's where I do all of my shipping from. Okay, so that is like my crafting essentials kit that I do have available. Other than that, everybody, so we are done with our paper pumpkin kit for this month. Next Friday, no, actually, let me go in order. Next Thursday will be my Throwback Thursday. I will be featuring this bundle right here. It's the Sweet and Gingerbread bundle. Then on Friday, I will be featuring, um, I think, is it called Peaceful Season? It's a big mega suite that's in the holiday mini catalog. I believe it's the very first one in the catalog. So I will be doing that on my Friday Night Live. I start that at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I would love to have you join me. One of the things that I do on my Friday Night Lives, the 3 projects that I create, I do have a wheel of names that I do at the very end. So I choose 3 winners to receive one of those cards in the mail. And it doesn't matter if you're out of the country. I can send you a handmade card. I just can't send any product. So again, thank you everyone for joining me. If you like the video, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and then hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when I have posted a new video, and also when I go live. So thank you again, everyone, and have a blessed weekend. Bye bye.